want to share with you two things on why we can choose to be glad even in the midst of difficult seasons in our life. These believers that Peter's writing to in 1 Peter, very difficult season in their life. It's about to get worse in their life. So there's two things that I want to share with you on why, from this passage of Scripture, on why we can choose to be glad, right? Why we can choose to have joy. Why we can choose to rejoice instead of murmuring and complaining and wallowing and whining and being just so pitiful all the time. Are you with me? I'll be honest with you. There are those individuals that require EGR. You know what that is? That's called extra grace required, right? Do you got some EGR people in your life? And they walk up and they come up and they just suck the air out of the room and you're like, oh, dear Lord, help me right here, right? That's called EGR, extra grace required. I don't want to be an EGR person, right? I want to be the one. I know my wife showed me something she posted on Facebook the other day, and she said, let me show you what my status was. And she put this massive, big, happy face, and she said, choose to be happy, right? I mean, it's a daily choice that we get to make every single day, right? I mean, we can choose to look at all the junk that's going on in our culture today, all the junk that's going on in our world today, all the hating and fighting and everything that's going on, and it can bring us down, and we can murmur and complain and whine and cry and carry on about that, or we can say, you know what? I'm going to choose today to be happy. I'm going to choose today to be truly glad. In the midst of what I'm going through, in the midst of what I'm living in, I'm going to be truly glad. Why? Because there is wonderful joy ahead, right? My focus is a biblical perspective and a biblical worldview where I can lift my eyes above the circumstances of our culture and our society, and I can lift my eyes to the Lord, and I know that God is still on the throne. I know He's still in control. I know He's still sovereign. I know He's still omniscient. I know He's still omnipresent. I know He is everywhere. He's there with us, right? Therefore, we can choose to be happy in the midst of our hardships. Two things I want you to get. Trials and difficulties are going to do two things for us. According to this passage of Scripture, it strengthens our faith and it deepens our love for the Lord.